Good to
My
see
goodness,
you. I've been thinking about you.
I'm glad to see you today.
Yes, it's been a while.
Yes, I slimmed down a little.
You look fantastic, by
Thank
the
you.
way. Are you feeling good?
Yeah.
A little hesitation there.
I
Tell me
mean,
a little bit about that.
I'm fine for the most part. I'm just tired, I guess. I mean, it comes with a baby, right?
Well, yes, you're going to be tired. There's no tired like being a new mom.
Yeah.
But I want to make sure that you're taking care of yourself. So in order to take care of your family, you have to take care of you, right? And I think as moms, we often put everybody else first, right?
Yes.
But we have to make sure that we're okay. And so you hesitated there. So I'm wondering, are you still enjoying this postpartum time frame? Do you feel like you're doing the things that you would normally do, like going for walks, enjoying time with your spouse or your partner, going shopping, seeing girlfriends? Do you feel like your mood is such that you do those things? No.
No.
Mm.
I don't get out of the house.
Oh, is it just because you have no interest in that?
I have no interest in that. And I'm always tired and overwhelmed. There's so much to do and that being a mom. I gotta make sure they're fed. I gotta make sure that, they're clean, they're in their nap time and their tummy time. And
It is very daunting. I agree with you. Do you feel like you get help from your partner?
yeah, he helps.
Right. But he's no mother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's no mom, and I'm the one who has to make sure that dinner's cooked, that, the bills are being paid, the laundry's being done. It's so much laundry.
Yes, especially with a new baby. So the fact that you aren't interested in the things that you used to do as much, that you're busy and tired, do you cry a lot? Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like over things that you would not normally cry about had the baby not,
Yeah.
before the baby was born. So the thing that concerns me about that is that you might be suffering from postpartum depression. We are more than 6 weeks out, and there are certain time frames where we kind of define things. And the fact that you're this far out, not enjoying your usual routines, not as happy, not engaging like you used to, concerns me about postpartum depression. And that doesn't allow us to enjoy that postpartum time frame in our families as much. So
Right.
I'm wondering, would you be amenable to maybe some interventions?
I would be acceptable to that.
Yeah. So I think we have a really good program here
Okay.
that kind of meets you where you're at from a standpoint that we know you're busy, right? You can't be expected to get up every day and come to a doctor's appointment. That's unreasonable.
Yes.
And so what we do is come to you.
Oh.
So we can do telehealth. So we have a really good perinatal program here that focuses on perinatal depression. And our staff is really great. They'll talk you through, maybe some coping mechanisms, kind of where you're at right now. And then if we need to move towards something more than that, we can move to medication. How does that sound?
That sounds really nice.
Yeah. And then we won't talk about side effects or certain medications now. I want to get you evaluated. And in fact, one of the things that we can do today before you leave is we have a screening. We do lots of screenings.
Oh, okay.
And they're important because we want to understand how's your mood, how's your blood pressure, how's your sugar, and we'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
But again, the core of us is our mental health. And so we have to make sure our mental health is good before we move on to our physical health. Okay. So before you leave today, we'll do an Edinburgh postpartum depression screen. Depending on what that is, will kind of help me guide whether we move just to our perinatal psychiatry group, psychology, and or medication.
Okay.
Does that sound reasonable? Okay, great. Anything else you want to tell me about that?
I really like that you said that y'all will come to me because I don't really get out of the house very much. I don't drive, and my husband has to drive me everywhere. So
that's tough.
Yeah. So he's not always. Sorry, I had to miss the last appointment.
Oh, that's okay. It kind of makes you feel a little trapped.
Yes.
Right? So if we work on that coming to you, maybe we can get you a little more engaged. You can spend some time with friends, family, and then get you out of the house a little bit. The weather is getting nicer, and so you could even just walk. Do you live in a neighborhood that has sidewalks?
I just moved right after my baby was born, but I don't even know the neighborhood because I don't get out of the house.
Gotcha. So maybe a first step, once we get you feeling better, is you can kind of explore out. You know, nature always makes you feel better.
Yes.
And I want you to be safe though. So if you don't have sidewalks, I would be very careful. I wouldn't do that. We can go to a park. We can do other things in order to get that exercise because exercise in and of itself is going to boost your mood.
Okay.
So we can work on that after we kind of do our first evaluation.
As you know, before I had my baby, I was in MMA and I missed that.
Yeah. So we want to get you back to that. You know, you're at a point now that you're healthy, you're recovered from the delivery, you're recovered from your surgery. And I want to get you back to like your normal baseline. So let's talk about that actually. So how did your surgery go? I got the operative report.
It went good.
Yeah.
I'm still healing.
Yeah.
But I think overall I'm doing good. It's just the medication is just kind of wearing me out.
Yeah. So you're on metoprolol and you're on Coumadin. Yeah. Metoprolol tends to make people a little bit tired. Try taking it at night. So I don't know, do you take it in the morning currently? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. If you take it at night, you'll sleep through that kind of initial exhaustion. Right. And that might help with the exhaustion throughout the day. I also think that improving your mood is going to help that too. So if we do both of those things, taking the medicine at night and then getting you in with some therapy, that's definitely going to help your energy level.
That'd be wonderful.
Yeah, exactly. How about your symptoms? Any chest pain, shortness of breath?
A little bit, yeah. I get this pain right in here, and it keeps me up at night, along with the clicking of my mechanical valve that I have. I don't sleep very much.
So sleep is very important. So when it comes to cardiac care, there's something called Life's Essential 8s. And what I think is really great about Life's Essential 8s, not only does it take into account your blood pressure and your lipids and things like that, it does take into account your sleep and your sleep quality. And so sleep quality is very important. And so one of the things that I recommend for people who have cardiovascular risk is that you pay attention to that. Now, if you're also having postpartum depression, that's also going to mess with your sleep a little bit. So one of the things that I think you could do, and it's hard in the postpartum timeframe, but you have to engage your community, as in your mom, your siblings, if you have them, your partner, to help you get to this space. And so having a good sleep routine is really important. So for instance, let's say the baby goes down at what time?
She usually goes down at 11.
11, okay. So I would start kind of winding down at about 10. So if you're that kind of person who likes to look at your phone or watch TV, I would start putting that stuff away at 10 o'clock because we know that blue screens mess with our sleep. So start putting that stuff away at about 10 o'clock, having your little routine with the baby, and then it's your time to relax. So if you like to read a book, read a book. If you like to meditate, meditate. But have this whole like routine around bedtime that you keep consistently. Because that's going to help your body get into this rhythm because our bodies love rhythms. It's going to get you into a rhythm so that at 10 o'clock, your body automatically knows it's time for me to sleep. And you will see that you start to sleep better.
Awesome. Yeah. That'd be wonderful.
And I don't know if you're a gadgets person at all, but there are really good gadgets out there that help us monitor our sleep and sleep quality. Because one of the things that does affect our sleep quality, especially if you have cardiovascular disease, is sleep apnea. Tell me a little bit about your sleeping. Do you snore?
Yes.
Do snore. Okay. Is it so much so that it wakes your partner?
He shoves me over sometimes.
Yeah. So I wonder if that's something we have to evaluate, Taylor, is, are you not getting good sleep quality, which is leading to postpartum depression and low energy because you have sleep apnea? So what we can do is I will talk to your doctor, your cardiologist, and we'll order you a sleep study. That's going to evaluate whether you're stopping breathing at night, which decreases oxygen to your brain and also affects your cardiovascular.
But I do wake up in the middle of the night just randomly.
Yeah. So during the day, you said you're tired. And I know it's kind of hard to parse out, is this postpartum tired or is it something new? Sleep apnea can also cause you to be very sleepy during the day. And so I think getting this evaluation, and if it's true that you have it, we can actually treat it. I think a lot of this will, there's a lot of pieces to Taylor. Excuse me. So we have to pay attention to all the pieces. Your sleep quality, your blood pressure. Are you monitoring your blood pressure at home still?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Did I give you a cuff?
You did.
Okay, great. Okay. So I know it's hard. Again, routine is really good. And in fact,
I didn't know that I needed to do that after I had my heart surgery.
So yes, it's always good to get these habits for your lifelong health. So we look at pregnancy as a continuum of health, not just one little epoch in time.
Okay.
So monitoring your blood pressure is very important, especially for somebody who's had surgery before, who has cardiovascular disease. Tell me, does anybody in your family have high blood pressure or diabetes?
My dad does.
Your dad, he has both?
Yes.
Okay, so you are your dad's daughter.
Yes.
So you're at risk for those things. So, I always stress prevention versus fix it after it's broke.
Okay.
So if we monitor your blood pressure now and we start to notice a trend over time that you're going up, we can jump on it early. And you want to jump on it early before it starts to affect things like your coronary arteries or the blood vessels that go to your heart or your kidneys. Very important. Okay. So let's just get into a routine maybe a couple times a week. I don't think it has to be every day.
Okay.
If you are monitoring it, do it the same time every day. So if you're a morning person, do it in the morning. I bet your baby's still sleeping. So, the best way to take a blood pressure, both feet on the floor, you're resting for a little while, and you'll be in an armchair. So your arm is up at heart level, then take your blood pressure. Okay. That's the best way to do it. And then actually we have these logs where you can log it and bring it into Dr. Trivedi, your cardiologist, when you come see her next.
Oh,
okay.
nice.
So we'll provide you with that.
Okay.
We also, that blood pressure cuff I gave you before actually syncs with your phone.
Oh.
Until everything is making your life easy. So you can even bring that in instead of writing it down. Because I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but that's one extra step you have to do. And so that's not going to be helpful to you. So we talked about blood pressure, we talked about sleep, we talked about your mood. So I think that, we hit on all of the important things from a cardiovascular standpoint. But now I want to hear from you on things that you're concerned about.
One of the main things I'm concerned about is, you mentioned earlier that moms need to take time for themselves. But how do I schedule that when it's just me? My husband works. I don't have a car. I don't have transportation. I'm stuck in the house all the time. I'm tired. And so by the time that I do get dressed up and ready to go, I just don't have any energy to do anything for myself.
So that's a great question. And I hear everything you're saying. And yeah, it is hard. And so we have to engage our support network. Who do you have in your support network besides your partner? Do you have a mom who lives nearby or siblings or girlfriends? No one.
No.
So I think a first step is to get you out where you can find people that are part of your community. And I do think that farmer's market is a great place to start because I feel like there's a lot of moms there.
Yeah.
Mom communities are great. You have a smartphone?
I do.
So one of the best things that you can do is kind of search Columbia mom groups.
Okay.
And I think it gets you, interacting with people who are your age, who are going through your same struggles, who have young kids, because it's not easy.
No.
And you guys can connect from there. It doesn't have to be in person either.
Nice.
Kind of connecting on FaceTime or Facebook or whatever also is connecting.
Okay.
And you'll kind of feel that uplifting.
That would be easier.
Yes. And then once you kind of figure that out and you have that community, you can start carpooling.
Okay.
Right? So I feel like there are opportunities out there. You got to get creative sometimes when you're in a smaller community where there's not good public transportation. But I think thinking about what am I interested in, or what was I interested in before I got pregnant? Am I interested in gardening? Am I interested in?
I was interested in MMA.
Yeah. So I bet there are. I am not even joking. I bet there is an MMA moms group out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you Google that and find people that are interested in that, you'll see that you have that connection.
Okay.
And it does kind of uplift your spirits a little bit.
Yeah.
So I would start there.
Okay.
And then that kind of seeps into every other part of your life, and you'll start to feel like your mood elevate. Because as humans, naturally, we want community.
Right.
And we want to be with other people. And so I think that that's a good first step.
Sounds great.
And I do think that when you talk to the perinatal group, the perinatal psychiatry and psychology group, bring this up because they're going to have ideas too, because I'm sure they have other moms out there who go through the same thing. And so I would definitely bring that up.
Okay, sounds great. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to talk to me.
My pleasure. So good to see you.
Good to see you too. Can I get another hug?
You obviously can have another hug.